Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 1st, 2022 New Moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. A warning, there will be a loud sound during this. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So while we're doing the singing bowl, I was also looking into the scrying bowl. And I kept on seeing rocks, like uneven rocks. I don't know if our footing is feeling uneven, because this is going to mean different things to different people. It can be that our footing is feeling uneven, or that we're having to traverse like uneven trail. Like we don't know where our foot is going to be. Like, the ground is uneven. And it can be metaphorically speaking, or it can be quite literal, like we're hiking or something like that. But there's also a sense of carrying a lot. Yeah, carrying a lot as the ground is uneven. So just being aware of that. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles, again, that uneven footing coming up. And we have the Knight of Cups. So strong water sign energy here. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer coming through. There can be a love coming through. Somebody who's very nurturing, who wants you to succeed. Now this person could have passed on. So whenever energy like this comes up and it's like, remember the person who loved you. It could be, remember your mother. Remember the person who cared for you. Remember the fact that you're not alone. That type of energy is coming forward. It's like, I'm watching over you. It's very mothering, very nurturing energy. It doesn't have to be your mother. It could be anybody who was that nurturing sort. There is a sense here of learning through the heart and needing to protect the heart as we move forward. It's like, don't leave your heart so vulnerable. Like, don't give yourself so much to others. There is a need to kind of like pull back into ourselves during this time. There's a lot that we're balancing. Again, like, this is even the heavy weight that I saw us carrying. There is a sense of everything not being in balance. And so this is going to be a time, because this full moon is in Aries. This full moon, not full moon, I do apologize. This new moon is in Aries. This new moon is intense. There is an intensity here. There's a sense of aggression when we speak, and not dealing with past hurts and pains. And everybody has this. So there's a lot that we're dealing with as we're moving forward. And so there is an uneasiness during this time. How do I step forward? How do I embrace what I want? How do I get to where it is that I need to be? The Knight of Cups comes forward, and there is a sense of looking in the past. It's kind of like, oh, I can find all my answers from the past. But the real kicker is we can't. The real thing is that we have to be living in the present, right here, holding true to our emotions, true to ourselves, true to what we need in this present time. It will be really easy for us to say, oh, I can figure it out later, or, oh, the answers will be there. There is this sense of, no, I have to be really present here, because we're defending what we love, what we need. We're defending what's important to us. And if we're always looking behind us, we're going to miss something. We're going to miss something in the present moment that speaks to us emotionally. There's also, again, a person here where it's like, I want to see you succeed. I want to see your footing stabilized. It's like everything they made everything smoother. We never noticed it about this person. We just never did. That they made us feel stronger. They made the road smoother. It was easier. It was easier when they were around. And I'm just seeing very much like a mother-child relationship, very much of a sense of, I'm going to protect you, and everything's going to be easier because of this. You know, that's kind of, I know you're there for me type of energy. They want you to know that they're still there for you. Even if this person is living, they want you to succeed. They might not be able to verbalize it the way that they need to. Okay. So let's talk about this moon astrologically. This is, again, the new moon in Aries, and it says it is time to take action. And it is. It is time to take action, but we have to also understand that Mars is in Aquarius. Aquarius is kind of very contradictory to Mars energy. Aquarius is all about stabilizing and harmonizing and going after dreams and looking at our inner selves and looking at our passion and facing what makes us nervous. Mars is the warrior spirit. It is the sense of charge forward, take action, go after this. Now, Mars is near Saturn and will be conjunct Saturn on the 5th of April. This makes things interesting. It just makes things interesting because with Mars and Saturn coming into conjunction with one another, there is this warrior spirit and this rash reason coming into play. And for some of us, it can make us really focused and like, okay, I know what I need, I know where I'm headed. But for the majority of us, there's going to be this build up fire, and then like I get bored. Yeah, we get bored and we sit there and think, I'll do it later. Or, you know what, it's just not worth the work. So be aware of that energy around us. It's going to be annoying. We're earth sign energies. We like to kind of dig our heels in, get things done, really move forward in that passion and in that power. This conjunction of Mars and Saturn also bring us in discord with the lunar nodes, the north and the south lunar nodes. Now, what this brings us is that we're in discord with our conscious and our subconscious. And it just makes us feel like we're not reaching our potential. So that's going to be something that everybody is dealing with. But Taurus, when we're dealing with it, we're going to put it a lot on ourselves and be like, oh, well, what am I not doing right? And how am I not doing this? And so here, there is very much a sense of looking at what we want, because the North Lunar Node is where we are right now. That's the head of the dragon, right? The South Lunar Node is the tail of the dragon. And that is our subconscious. That's our past lives. That's the energy that guides us in this world. So we have to look at what we deeply desire and kind of force ourselves to get back on track, because it will be very easy to just be bored or overwhelmed or tired or exhausted and feel like all our energy is being drained, but we don't know why or how. Mars and Saturn are also going to be in opposition, in discord with Uranus. Now, this brings tension because Uranus is all, again, about our passion and our nervousness, that energy that kind of gets us going but also scares us. And Mars is our aggression and our reactiveness and our impulsivity. So there is this sense that, how am I moving forward? How am I getting there? And this makes us very reactionary. This can be a time where the temper speaks and we find ourselves just reacting first and then thinking it through. And that's never a place that we want to be at. So let's go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have the 5 of water, the King of air, and the Ace of cups. So we're definitely taking this gift, right? So we have the Ace of Cups coming in. We take this gift with the Knight of Cups, with the Queen of Cups. We're taking a gift of the heart. When the gift of the heart comes in, it cleanses us, it grounds us, but it also stirs up our emotions. So not only do we have the emotional vulnerability just simply from this time, but now we have the energy of the Ace of Cups coming in. A beautiful blessing, but again, it also stirs things up. It makes things feel maybe harder at times, and it brings our emotions right to the surface. So being aware of that is going to be very important, but also accepting this gift, moving forward with this gift, not looking at our emotions as a burden or something that we need to absolutely control or absolutely ignore. That's going to be important. This is a fantastic time for journaling or for, meditation, or I see like, oh, that's so interesting. Spirit is showing me an expressive dance, like have your body move in rhythm with what you're feeling, and let yourself, it's meditation through dance. It's this rhythm, this expression, and it's not to be pretty. It's not for anybody else to see if we don't want them to. It's just an expression of our emotions through dance. And that's really going to help us. There's a sense of the movement of the body brings us more and more in alignment with our emotions. We have the 5 of Cups. Change your mind and change your life. we're going to have a tendency to look at and focus on what's really tough, what's the hardships, the pains, the disappointments we have been through, the things that aren't going right. And Spirit's saying to us, that's great. We could spend our whole life here. And there are people who do, who spend their whole life looking at what isn't going right, what isn't moving us forward. But if we turn around, we're going to see the Two of Cups standing. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, behind them is the Two of Cups. And that's the Minor Arcana Lovers card. That's the healing, beautiful love. That's the uniting. That's the connection. That is the beauty and the brilliance. And that's where we have to find ourselves. We have to turn around. There's something where we're kind of stuck in a rut, and Spirit's saying, no, there's more to look at here than what you're seeing. And that's why the movement of the body, the expression of the self, that's going to be so important. The King of Air comes into play. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is an energy of exploration, of deeper diving. This is somebody who's powerful in their words. I see them, they have broad shoulders, so I just see them being very commanding in their voice, in like the way they present themselves. But they might not be very commanding people. They could be, a tiny person, but there's a command in their words, in the way they hold themselves. And there's a sense here of, I've been through a lot to be able to speak these words. I've been through a lot to be able to know what I am presenting forward. So when this person speaks, I'm not sure, a lot of people don't listen, but this person, and it's not like they don't listen because they're just blowing this person off, but they don't think that they have anything relevant to say. And yet this person is very relevant. This person has tremendous power, tremendous insight, tremendous understanding. So there's a need to listen to what other people are overlooking. So be aware of that. There's somebody here who people aren't listening to them. They should be. I mean, if they were smart, they would be. So here, if we give that kind of radiance of, I am listening, I am accepting, I am taking in, this person is going to really help us. They're going to give us wisdom that they could be giving to other people too, but they're just not seeing it. Now, the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, that one right there. Okay. And this is the King of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is the fact that this moon can become all-consuming for us. It really can. It can become intense. It can become overwhelming. Also, remember, Cancer is a water sign energy. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon comes in, and it can hit us right in between the eyes. We don't know why. We don't know why we're more frustrated with things than we were yesterday. We don't know why it's all more intense. It's all more prevalent. It's all more. And so here, it's because the fire energy, the energy of a fight or flight, the energy of I will be heard and I will make this work. And this is what I'm passionate about. And this is what needs to be seen. It's all amplified. It will be amplified for us, Taurus. So be aware of it, because it's not necessarily going to be something that we want. And yet there's that fire around us. We want things to be calm and stabilized. The earth doesn't want to be burnt by the fire, right? But the earth does need to be warmed by the sun. So we need to have that balance. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Holistic health. I love it. There's a sense of healing. There's a sense of healing. There's a sense of grounding. This is the root chakra. At the root of us is our holistic being, is the authentic us we bring to the table. But this is also, take your vitamins. This is drink plenty of water. This is get vitamin D, even get your blood work done. Make sure everything is okay, in balance, because there's a way to heal that is more natural, that is more calming, that is not as abrasive to the body. And that energy of healing is so important during this time. And it's even just being in that healing mindset, that sense of I'm guiding, I am stabilizing, I am understanding myself. I am moving away from the daily grind, from the hustle culture that makes me think I just have to keep pushing it, and then I'll be able to. No, I'll burn out. That's the energy around here. If we push too hard, Taurus, we will burn out. And we'll blame ourselves. We'll be like, wow, I just couldn't do it. Not that it was too much for anyone to do. So be mindful of this. It moves us then to our goddess oracle. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is the Sage. I love that. I love her wisdom and beauty. So here it says, look at your situation with mature experience viewpoint, with the mature experience viewpoint of a wise person. Examine assumptions about the aging process and mastery. There's almost a sense like I should have this all done by the time I'm 25. And that's just, it's impossible. When you do that to yourself, you feel like a failure. And yet maybe when you made these goals when you were 13, 23 was, oh my gosh, it was so long ago, because you can't remember 10 years ago because you were only 3 years old, right? So here, there's such a sense of now it is time to take on the role of the sage. Now it is time to embrace the wisdom. And I know our world, it doesn't embrace wisdom, it embraces youth and sexiness and, novelty. But there is something for wise maturity and for embracing our wise maturity that is so important for us. It is so important for our well-being. It moves us then to what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. Okay, that's so interesting. So what we have coming up, we have the full moon. We have the new moon. The full moon is on the 16th of April, right? And then we have the gibbous moon. And it says you are very close to achieving your goals. And that's important. That is important for us to know that we are astoundingly close to achieving our goals, Taurus. A new situation is coming. That's from the new moon. That's from where we are right now. It is speaking to us. It is calling us. It's like, be present, be in here. Embrace this. Surrender to the divine. And that's where we're going to find it tricky. We're going to want to be able to handle what's being thrown our way. We're going to want to be able to know all about it and see and understand. And yet there is a level of surrender that needs to be embraced during this moon that is just going to change our mind about a lot of things. And we're going to see it on the journey to the full moon on the 16th of April, where it's like, oh, well, this is different. I didn't expect this. So, yeah. We are embracing, at times, a rocky road or something unexpected. And yet, the way that we step out or step into this expression of the moon, the changing of the faces, the understanding of the energy, the sense of revelations and intentions that have been made during this time and that are coming to light, we're stepping into our power. Surrendering to the divine does not mean we surrender our power. It means that we know that we're guided by something so much greater than we will ever be. Or that we're always trying to channel within ourselves that divine brilliance. It moves us then to go deeper. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. There we go. And so then we have here, we have patience, we have new beginnings. Again, the new moon coming through. We have resilience, faith, change, the path. You see that? Balance. We'll move everything down. So it's so interesting because the moon's power comes forward, and it comes forward quite intensely. And it says, you're very close to achieving your goals. Embrace this new beginning, surrender to the divine. You're very close to achieving your goals. And it brings forward to us this sense of resilience, this sense of having faith within ourselves, we know that something is changing. We can feel it within our bones. We know that this is gaining momentum. The change is coming. Looking at, embracing, understanding this change, now that's going to be a different story for us because we'll all do it differently. But there is such a sense here of a change building momentum, Do we have the footing for it? And are we embracing our voice enough? It's not that everybody has to agree with us, but do I know what I believe? Do I know what I'm saying? Do I know the power of my words and my voice and the intensity that I have? There is an energy coming forward that we need to have faith in. We need to have faith in the resilience that we've been carrying. We've been carrying the world tree on our back. We've been carrying our dreams and our wishes and our desires and everything that we want to build forward in our lives. And as we're carrying it, we're starting to have faith that what we are building, will come forward within this world. that we are not alone or forgotten or, constantly misunderstood, that what we are building has a place. And Spirit says, be patient. Be patient with what is guiding us. Be patient with what we're seeing. Be patient in what we're embracing. But it brings us to new beginnings. It brings us, this new moon brings us to a place of portals, to this place of walking through one energy into another. I always think, whenever I see this card, I always think of the Roman god Janus, who we got the name January from. And he was a god of portals. So I just see us being guided by the cosmos, by the heavens, to new beginnings, to greater understandings. And it moves us then to this place where we start to find balance within our path. We start to look at the fact that we're heading in a direction that we hadn't really envisioned, or that we had envisioned, but we saw it in a different way. We saw it slightly tweaked this way, slightly tweaked that way. And Spirit is saying, no. The way that it's moving forward is so different. So different. And yet it's powerful. Embrace the fact that you're not as young as you thought you would be when you started this, or when you come to this conclusion. There's a sense of age and maturity, meaning everything when we stand here. It's like, now we can take it in. Now we can embrace it. And if we're not, if we're still young and figuring things out, it doesn't mean that we have to wait forever and ever. It's just, it's listening. It's listening to the wisdom that is around us. It's listening to even the wisdom of the ages, embracing philosophies and psychologies and, and mythologies that all hold a remnants of, cultural truth to them. And so here there is such a power that is guiding us. And it brings us to our subconscious Lunar Message, which is creation. Be bold and make the first move. Creation, because that's how creation works. Creation works in being bold and making the first move, in stepping out of our comfort zones and seeing things in such a bold and different way. And so we are creating that which makes us bold, which makes us, kind of trailblazers. There is a trailblazing mentality during this time, and yet there's also a timidity during this time, which is very much the Aries Uranus conflict that's coming forward. And then we have the Six of Wands. There's a sense of needing to be mindful of following the wrong lead, needing to be mindful of thinking that a person has the answers when they themselves might not even have the questions down right. So be very aware of this. Our subconscious, energy to be mindful of is be mindful that we're following the wrong person, that the words that have been promised, they don't have anything to back them. It brings us then to our subconscious chakra energy, and that's grounding. This is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. We need to ground to the earth, to our dreams, to ourselves, to what's important. We need to make sure that we're feeding ourselves properly, taking care of ourselves properly. The energy then comes forward from our Goddess Oracle deck of the Empath. And it says, learn to protect your sensitivities and cultivate boundaries to create a safe space in which you and your desires can be of service and can thrive. So there is such a sense here of, I need to protect me so that I can be more to everybody else. But if I don't have this firm basis at my core, it won't be there. It won't be there to move forward in. Our subconscious tarot message is us. The essence of us comes forward. We're represented, Taurus, by the Hierophant in the Major Arcana, by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana. This is the essence of us. This is our power and our traditions and our ideas. This is a firm and solid basis for which to grow off of and, be a part of. There's a sense of the traditions mean something. And we can even be connecting with traditions that we let go because they just didn't seem important. Now they're important. We'll find ourselves saying things that, the people that we loved have said. And we'll be like, oh, wow, that's funny. And it's also a message. It's also a message. It brings us then to the 10 of Cups. And they all live happily ever after, embracing our happiness and our joy and our peace and our beauty, embracing love. And that's so important during this time. Our happiness is not going to be everybody else's happiness, and everybody else's happiness isn't going to be ours. We have to embrace what makes our hearts sing, what moves us forward, what brings us beauty. And that is amazing. And they all live happily ever after, but in their own truth and in their own way and in their own beauty. All right. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power of us, the power of this moon, calling from new moon to full moon, from the 1st to the 16th. There is a transformation that we're going to be going through. We're going to be feeling like we're not walking on solid ground, or there's so much that we're carrying that we're not sure of our footsteps. And yet Spirit is telling us we're walking the path that we need to walk. We need to release some things that are no longer our burden to carry. And we need to let ourselves shine. All right, Taurus. So we're going to do this meditation. It's going to have a loud sound. Just be warned. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus. And may you have a blessed moon.